September 2018, we, the European Rohingya Council and Rohingya community living in Netherlands, are here in front of International Criminal Court, gathered peacefully to express our disappointment to the European governments, United Nations, and international community for doing nothing effective to stop Myanmar's genocide of Rohingya people in Arakan. In 2017, Myanmar's armed forces launched final phase of genocidal campaign. Nearly 1 million people are driven out of homeland to Bangladesh. Hundreds of Rohingya sisters, girls, and women, including 8-year-old girls, were raped, and children were thrown into the fire. Hundreds of houses were burned down, and many were killed and tortured. We gathered here peacefully to raise awareness about our genocidal suffering in Myanmar. We gathered here peacefully to demand nation-state to immediately stop Myanmar's ongoing genocide of Rohingya people inside Myanmar. We gathered here peacefully to demand not to forcefully repatriate Rohingya from Bangladesh unless there is an international protection during return and rebuilding of the community. We gathered here peacefully to demand the government of Netherlands to take the leadership position at the European Union and United Nations to stop Myanmar's genocide of Rohingya people. We gathered here peacefully to demand International Criminal Court to swiftly prosecute genocide perpetrators. From here, International Criminal Court, we Rohingya people in Netherlands and in Myanmar around the world demand recognition of ethnic identity as Rohingya people. And we also demand restoration of citizenship rights. We demand right to self-identification. We demand protected return to protected homeland. We also demand release of detained Rohingya in Myanmar. We also demand return of Rohingya people in internally displaced camps in Rakhine State to their original villages. We also demand the return of confiscated lands. We demand accountability for genocide. We also demand justice for rape victims. We also demand prosecution of Myanmar's general. We demand to stop issuing national verification cards, which is illegal nationally and internationally. We also demand safe, dignified, and voluntary protected return to protected homeland inside Arakan in Myanmar. We also demand formal education in refugee camps in Bangladesh and also in Rakhine State. We also request the Prime Minister of the government of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, to implement 5-point proposal. We also demand Bangladesh government to stop stripping of refugee status from the registered refugee. We also demand a scrap plan to relocate Rohingya people, Rohingya refugee in Bangladesh to isolated island in Bangladesh. We also demand basic human rights. We support UN, EU, US, OIC, ASEAN to bring perpetrators to justice. We also demand targeted sanction on Myanmar military chains of command and companies. These are 20 demands from Rohingya community in diaspora, from the European Rohingya Council, and from the Rohingya community living peacefully, building life safely in the Netherlands.